So good evening. Today we will see about SMTP library. Uh, uh, by short, it is simple transfer protocol library in Python, and it's a default library. Whenever you install Python on our machine, it will come by default. So you don't need to install it. And we will see about Python Anywhere cloud. So it's a similar kind of AWS Google Cloud, but it is mainly for Python stuff running on the cloud and scheduling the tasks. So let's see what exactly is a SMTP library. So it's, as I said, it's a simple mail transfer protocol library. Uh, we can send mails using this library. So there are multiple steps involved here, like what are the key steps. So we have to import modules. So it's a detailed steps. So and then once we create a SMTP object, then we will be uh, creating the TLS connection, transport layer security connection. So generally we don't give this port, but it depends on our provider, email provider. For example, mainly we will use Gmail only in our codings. So, but if you or you want to send with your office mails or any mails, then you need to check with our IT support team, so they can provide you the SMTP address of the services they are using. Uh, so yeah, so let's go to, these are the detailed steps. So let's go for example for the demo. It is, yeah. So generally import, so we are importing SMTPlib. So we have created a temporary password, email and password. So generally here we have created email and then we need to give the password. So just we are storing it in two variables. Now what we are doing, uh, it's a type of convention we do with the file opening and writing, right? Similar kind of stuff we are doing here with, so it will automatically take care of uh, the port we are opening to send the mail, and it will, once it is done, it is automatically closed. Otherwise we need to close it explicitly. For example, if you see here, once we send the mail, we need to quit it, the server, whatever the object we are opening, the port, we need to quit it. So here we are opening in the form of file accessing type, so with keyword. So we are creating smtplib, smtp, and whatever the uh, service provider we are using, the SMTP address. So in Google we will get everything, like if you are using Outlook or if you are using Yahoo, everything you can get the SMTP addresses from the service providers, or you can go to their own websites and then you can have that. And just we are opening as connection, so it's like with uh, open this as R, similar kind of stuff, we are opening it as connection. So it's like connection equal to smtplib.smtp. Uh, both are same, but here we are writing inside the with keyword, so we don't need to take care of uh, this thing, closing of server connection. Now we are opening transport layer security, so we are calling that method. And so this is the main method we need to call, because to send our email safely, and then we are actually logging using email and password. So user equal to email, so we are passing the keyword arguments. So email whatever defined and the password is whatever we define, and then send mail is the method we will be logging. So here from address to address, subject hello. Now here comes the main twist. So when we run this, so I'm going back, Python So now what exactly it is saying? So there is an authentication error. Even though our password is correct, we have created a actual application specific password. So how we will need to create is that, because by default Google don't allow to send emails by default with the passwords. So we need to have, once we create our mail account, so then we need to go to manage Google account, and then we need to go to security tab. Here as of now, by default it will be off. Whenever for the first time we created, we need to on this. So then it will again ask for our password and everything. So now here if you see app passwords, we can create generally I have created one password. Now Python 1. So I'm creating another password. So now we have to use this one, not the whatever we have created the main password. We won't be using that. So by default. So now if I give that my password to here, so we have to remove spaces. So it should be 16-digit password. So if you see the 16 characters password shown, so it will be automatically linking to our Google account. So whenever you are sending mails to enhance the security, because the password can be compromised anytime, right? So to avoid that kind of hackings with our secure emails, so we Google won't be compromising on the security. So we are creating for every app or password, we can actually give this password. Now if I just save it and again run, so now we didn't get any errors, right? So there is authentication successful, and we have sent the mail. Either you can see in the sent box. Sorry. So this is the body of the mail. So subject. So otherwise we can actually so let's see. So by default it is going into spam. So we will be moving not spam. So yeah. So this is how we will be setting up. So if any doubts, just so it's again in the message string we are actually giving the subject, what are the subject in that, and we are actually next we are giving lines, two new lines, and then we are actually getting this is the body of the mail in the body of the mail. So whenever we go back, so if you see the subject is hello and the body is the object of the mail. So now the similar kind of stuff in every email provider has now enabled. So if you have Yahoo, the similar kind of thing we need to do, you have to go to the security settings, and then you have to create an app password, and then you need to use that. Now so this is one of the important topic we will be working on today. So generally, I think we have already seen the date time module. So let me just comment this out. So now we have already seen date and time. So what exactly date and time now? If we now is like whenever we print call this method on a date and time object, so it will the current date and the time, whatever the timestamp it is giving, it will be called. So similarly, whatever the year, we can call with dot notation, like the attribute notation. So now we are calling with now object, in that object what is the year value. So similarly in the month what is the month value. So day of the week what is the week. So here one of the thing we need to remember is this when our weekday is like Monday will start from 0, so it's like 0 to 6. So Monday, if it is 0 then it is Monday, otherwise if then Tuesday it will be 1. So whenever we run this, now if you see we have printed this and then we have printed today's weekday. So because it is today's Monday, it is 0, and we have created an date time object. So we can create our own date time object actually to store uh, for example, to store like date of birth for any one of us, the date of birth. If you want to store any of our friends date of births, similar kind of date and time object we can create using the date time module. So now going back, so today what we will see is so there is one exercise. So every Monday we need to send a code to our project mates or any DLs. So one of the project. So let's see how. So here we have blog where we have different types of codes. Maybe we have one codes. So you can take all that codes into a text file. We have already done that. Now we have to open this file, read this every line into a list, and then from that randomly we need to select one of the code, and then we need to send to the desired email address from our email address. So as of now we have already seen how to send the mail. So now we will be seeing how to send that. So it's a very easy program we can say. So now again the same thing because these are constants. My email, my password. So now what we are doing, so let's just forget about this. So we are opening our codes.txt as code file, and we are reading all that whatever the lines into a list, and then we are selecting it. We need to select it on random choice, so we are using random module, and then we are selecting all the codes in a list using the random.choice method. Now it's like we are printing that code for our whatever we will be sending is like we are just printing our code. Now again this similar way we are opening the just below whatever we saw Smtplib is email connection. We are opening the TLS port, and then we are logging in with our email and password. So from address is my address. Here actually I am giving that to address also to my address only. So you can change if you want to send for any other address, you can change. So here the subject, in the message, so we are using f strings, and the subject is Monday motivation, and then this one. So this is just how we are reading and how we are sending the mail. So now this is the one of the part. So as of now we discussed the date time. So from the date time today we are getting now date time. So today we will get date and time, and then from date and time whatever the weekday is weekday. So luckily we have today is Monday. If you want to send it on Tuesday also, just you need to change to 1, so such that it will send. So just to check, we have added this to print statements. If not needed, you can just ignore that. So whenever I run this code, again if you see, this is the first time what I have created the app password. You have seen already there are two things, right? Python demo and now demo underscore Python 1. So this is the first time what I have created in such a way. So we have to enable that two-layer security, two-factor authentication, and then you can have to create our own app passwords. Now, if we send, like if we try to run, so if we are printing that today is 0, so that way it went into the condition. Inside the condition, we are actually getting the code, and then we are actually doing the stuff. So now if I just go to send mail, it's like Monday motivation. Similarly, I will get in my inbox as well. So this can be actually further improved. You can try to use the try and else blocks, because here if you see we are actually getting choice of all the codes. We are not removing the code we already sent. So it's something like we have already coded for before think password manager. We have already coded for flashcard. Sorry, yeah. So something like this you can try how to open file, a file not found, then how to save that. So something like that you can improve in the this Monday motivation send. Now using this, now we will go to next our project. It's like automated birthday wish. So here we have let's go to this birthday wish here, SMTP. So we have birthday wish here, and then in this birthday wisher we have birthdays.csv. Uh, so it will by default it opens. So here, so I have randomly added. So we have already very detailed hints they have given, like make sure elements testing purpose. So our own email ID, name. So whoever birthday is there, we can create. So if it is our father, mother, whoever sister, brother, everyone's, we can give that. So as of now, just I have given normal junk values. You can say just this is all. This is not a junk value, my flat number. Uh, so similarly, just I have given some a random date. So again, this is like again my name Kish, and then my Gmail, and then today to wish, because we need to be testing. So I have given today's date and month. We are not caring about the year because e- every year birthdays will be same, so we are not caring about the year. Just we will be considering the month and date in the code we will be doing. So here how to read the file and how to this is the main uh, one thing, dictionary comprehension using data iterate rows. So here the birthday date should will be like this. So whenever we use this comprehension, so it's like in a data frame we can actually iterate our rows using this iterate rows itr rows method. So similar kind of stuff we will be using in our project also. So these are again we have different letters like templates you can say. So the first template if you open, so happy birthday, all the best. So you can write whatever you like. Similarly, there are multiple templates. No, if I go back to birthday wisher. Now again here my email and password are constants. So I am using the app password what I have generated. Now because we will be checking whose birthday is today, so daily we because generally this script should run daily to check whether anyone's birthday is there or not, right? But we don't have that much time, so that's why we have coded our one of the birthday to today's date, and we are actually getting in a tuple what are the month today dot month, what are the value of that month variable value and day variable value we are actually getting. Then so this is the whatever I meant to say. If we go back to read the birth data, we have to use the pandas we are using. So import data equal to, and then this is the main thing. So we are storing a dictionary in this kind of format where month and date is stored for the index rows. Like because whenever we load the data into data frame, it will have the index and the index rows. So again, if you go to the example, so for 1224, we will have this total. Uh, so these are the keys. Like for example, so 12 comma 24 is the key. So 12th month, 24th date, and for that key we have this total value. So we have created birthday stick. Similarly, if we want to create a different uh, kind of thing, like different birthdays. For example, 118 today, so 18 it will be stored again in a different key and value pairs. So now because we have tuples already, so now for example, if I log comment, save, and then copy to clipboard. I I have to go to birthday wisher folder, Python. So I'm just printing whatever we are iterating. So if you see here 7 comma 1, like it's Jole, so all that it has stored in iteration, all the email here. And so similarly it's like again for that loops we are iterating over 1 comma 8. So everything we are storing. Well, so we are actually looping over this tuples. So now from the birthday person is like birthday dict. So from the dict we are getting that today tuple. So it's like okay. I meant to say the birthday person, and we will be getting this string actually, which is like a comma separated string. Like example, this is the string Sai comma Sai email, and this one we will getting for the first iteration. Like it's like 7 comma 1 whatever we do. Now we are actually want our letters to be done, right? So we are actually choosing from 1 to 3 random integers, like from file path, whatever depending on it will select, because we have three letter templates. Similarly it will be selected on this, and then we are opening the file path and we are reading the contents. Actually we are renaming name with the birthday person name. So it is you can say. So if you see here, so for this 1 comma 8 or 7 comma 1, if the name is, what is the name? So name is this one, Kish, right? So similarly for 7 comma 1, name is this H3107. So we are accessing again using the key value pairs. So it's like dict of dicts, like dictionary comprehensions. So for this tuple keys, again we will be having inside the keys like name. For that name key, what is the value? Similarly for year, uh, everything will be there. So this is the replacing what we already done in previous sections. We are just string replacing inside the where whose name is there. We are just replacing. Okay. So again, it's like so now again the same thing, just we have sending the same email. So here the contents we are storing inside this variable. So we are replacing the contents with the f string. So similarly what we did for the quotes, right? So here why this is like if today tuple is today birthday, who are having today's day, in that we are checking the dictionary if the tuple is there for today's tuple like month and date. So it's like month is like 1st January and date is like 8th. So in that we are checking, otherwise this line won't get executed, like this condition won't get satisfied and it just exits the code. But we have already there, so now it will goes inside that and it will actually do all the stuff what we are doing. So now if I run the same thing, so now it has sent mail. So let's see. So now it's updated. Yeah. So actually it has sent to this. Hey Kish, happy birthday, have a wonderful time and so Sai. So similarly, this is in the sent box we are checking. So if I want to check my inbox as well. Yeah. So we have that. So now we will. So generally today is right because today we have kept our day birthday day as today, so it got worked. But what if you want to open and run this code every time, and you want to open the notepad or whatever the editor you are using and try running that? Mm. And if you want to wish at 12 o'clock, something like that. So and if you don't have any laptop at our when sometimes, then what you can do, it's not advisable like to open and to run it, right? So for that type of stuff, we can use Python anywhere. So it's a actually online platform where we have different objectives. We can use IDE or different. So when we go to this Python, let me log out. So this pythonanywhere.com. So it's like we have free tier, so we don't for our just education purpose to try it. So it is actually backed up by Anaconda. I think we already know what Anaconda is. Uh, It's a distribution of Python libraries, like a platform, you can say Python platform. So similar kind of stuff to actually schedule or to run. So you can actually choose a create beginner account. So this is completely free, but it have very limitations. So you can't get high CPUs or high supports, and you have only limited kind of run time. You can run only 100 seconds in a day, like compile or your code, or you can schedule only one tasks at a time. So let's see how we will be doing that. So this is like pricing, so we don't need that. So let's by default it will go to dashboard. So in the dashboard, if you want to run code, so first we have to upload our files. So as of now, actually I have uploaded this methodvision methoda.csv, but in if you in our code, if you see, we have actually uploaded folder also, like letter templates underscore letter dot, right? So inside our birthday wisher folder, there is another folder. So similar in the type of stuff, if you are there, you have to create a new new dictionary. So if you see, we are at home, Sai Kishore Kodas, whatever username you will give, it will create that path. Okay, because I think already that is already exists. So generally we have to give that type create, it will automatically create the directory. So I can just go here, or I can delete and create as well. So whatever our project structure is there, so we will be using the same kind of folders, structuring in the same way. So just we are uploading. Okay, it is taking some time to upload. So here, if you see here, you can use only 512 MB of uploads. So more than that you can't use. Otherwise they will charge. Now just I'm going back to here, my folder, my base root folder you can say. So these are all by default it got created. I didn't create it. I just uploaded only these two files whatever we are working on. So just whatever I shown you. So now we have to go to console. So first we have to check our code is working right, perfectly right or not, right? Before scheduling, we will be going to console and we are going to bash console. So now it's a kind of a Linux environment you can say. So now I'm at where home. So you should not go to this. So now in Linux we have to run Python 3, uh, whatever our Python file, because we already coded. And here sometimes the similar kind of stuff I have shown you. If you are directly giving the password, it might fail again. So you need to give the app password only. So when I run, so it got run successfully. So, so if I just go back to this is this one. So if you see again, it was a run. So yeah. So it has just now it has got so new mail 0 minutes ago 10:44 p.m. 10:44 p.m. So it's like the bash we are using because we are using the bash console. Why? Because to schedule that we can't directly use the Python environment. We have to schedule using some kind of corn jobs in Unix. So we won't be doing any of kind of that. So our Python Anywhere will take care of all that cron jobs creation, but we need to just schedule task. So now we will be going to our task. So as of now, by default, it will be UTC time. So you can check whatever the time you want, like for example, 12 a.m. IST to UTC, depending on that, you have to schedule the time. So for now, for our checking purpose, I am keeping 17:17. So now the same thing whatever we run on the console, we will be giving the same command. Now if you click create, so it runs daily. So what it will do, it runs daily and it will check whether the today date, whether any birthday is there for them, depending on birthday.csv whatever we have provided, and then it will send the mail. So now it is at so here we can check the logs, view task log, or we can actually pause it, or we can this is still the next month. Even we can extend the expiry. So I think not sure. etc time. I think it's already done. So it is okay here. So if we click on actions, so it's a completed task took 4.5 seconds and return code was 0. 0 means success. If there is other than 0, our code has failed. So let's see again. Not even here. So sent again 10:47 p.m. If you carefully observe. Similarly, if we go back, so the same thing. We got 0 minutes ago at 10:47 p.m. Think that's it. So this is one of the very important tool. Actually, few companies uses this for their scheduling tasks and to run their codes. So by default, actually we use Autosys, similar kind of stuff to schedule our codes to run. Uh, but this is very handy because you don't need to install anything because everything will be run on their servers. So it's like everything in cloud, it will run. So to for education purpose also to learn anything like how to schedule, how to run our code, this is very useful tool. So depending on Python anywhere, there are multiple jobs also. Whoever knows the Python anywhere stuff, cloud thing. So this is a starting point. You can just explore more on this. Yeah, I think yeah, that's it for today. Let's. There are multiple use cases, benefits, building and deploying web apps. Also, we can actually deploy web apps on Python anywhere and run running scripts and automation tasks and also. So, but all this having not available on free tier, but if you pay something like $5, I think, then we will get all the access per month. But to explore, just free tier is enough for us.